That's that exact thing that attracted me to Halo in the first place. So. How's it going, guys? It's Cole, or Proximity, whatever you want to call me. It's your boy. We're chilling a little bit with the little bit of time that we have left with Halo Infinite. And I'm currently playing a little bit of the tech preview, what we have left of it, while we still have it, because pretty soon it will be taken down until next weekend. So now that I've gotten to spend more time on the game, I think it might be, appropriate to finally make a video giving a little bit more of my thoughts on how I think it plays, how I think it feels. As you can see right now, I'm just running around shooting bots in this training mode. I made a whole video on that and talking about what that is. I did not talk about, however, in that video, the feature here, which is really only good for just kind of relaxing and hanging out like I'm doing at the moment. But this is called play fighting, which is in your settings, your training options. You can just set to where the Spartans do not shoot back. They will simply strafe all day, which is a great... It's hard to aim in this game, I'm telling you guys. Which is a great way to just really relax and have fun. This is a great way to get some decent shot repetitions. Obviously, it's very low stakes because you're not taking any damage, but it's a great time. I really enjoy it. I've been having a lot of fun spending time on this map, Behemoth, which is just absolutely gorgeous. I just love looking at it. I think it looks incredible. It's a lot of fun to play on, and running around in this training mode, which is limitless time, limitless ammo. You can just literally do this all day. It's a lot of fun. You get some good repetitions. You get to spend some new time with the weapons, and that's a good time. And then also you get to run around with the grapple hook and just do some really cool stuff. And there's a lot of really cool stuff to do in this game. So my first thought about this game would be that it's a lot of fun, man. I really enjoy it. I mean, for one, check me out up here. Very cool. Oh my gosh, don't let me choke this kill. Very cool. It's a great time. I ran around on this map yesterday doing this when we weren't, when we didn't have the PvP portion of the flight live. I was doing this for hours and having the best time. And I think that's like one big takeaway from this game so far, is that I think at the core of it, it is a very fun game. I enjoy playing it. I think the mechanics to me feel fun. I think that aesthetically it looks really nice. I think they did a great job. This map in particular, I think, is probably the best example of a really nice new map. I think all the new maps look really nice, and I think the graphics look really great in this game, but this map in particular, I think, really did a nice job of feeling like Halo. I said this yesterday in my chat while I was streaming that I feel like if you took me back from when I really fell in love with Halo's multiplayer back in Halo 3, and you told me as a kid this is what Halo would look like in 2021, like, that seems awesome to me. This looks like what it should look like, just a really nice updated version of the kind of the same aesthetic. And it looks really good. Yeah, these bots are goofy sometimes. They get kind of bugged and they'll just kind of hang out over here. But overall, I think there's a lot of good here in this game. I think Infinite has a lot going for it that is really all in the positive side of things. I think the core gameplay is a lot of fun. I think the weapons feel nice. I think they feel challenging. As a controller main player, I definitely have to agree with a lot of people's criticism that the reticle, I guess we're talking about, but the sensitivity feels really weird. Something about it isn't quite right. Something about it isn't quite what we're used to. And I would agree that something needs to change with that as well. I'm currently playing on a controller. I ended up finding some okay settings that I found to be pretty successful with, but it's definitely not my favorite sensitivity that I've ever had. I definitely feel like the system itself could be improved, and I would like to see some changes to it. Now, I don't exactly know what it is that is the issue. I just know that I am not the only person that has been talking about this, and that they don't enjoy it. And then there's partially, like right there, I missed that shot because the hitboxes are super tight. So sometimes, it can be hard to tell whether or not it's the sensitivity. But either way, I think the responsiveness of the sense on your thumb does feel a little off. It doesn't quite feel like the way we want it to. And I don't know. I just feel like we've had better feeling sensitivities in the past. And I think a lot of people have said that. And I saw a lot of tweets where people would be like, oh yeah, I just kind of got to figure it out now. And even then, like, I think overall at the core, nobody's really disagreeing with that. I'm not even saying like improve the hitboxes or anything like that. I'm talking about the actual engine that runs the way you move around and move your sticks. It feels off. Something about it doesn't quite feel right, and I just think that could be improved. So as far as the sensitivity that I am using, I'll show you guys that real quick. I am playing on controller. You can see all of my settings right here. Just go ahead and give them a nice scroll through. Show you guys the magnifications as well. I tweaked the 5 times up to 1.2 and the 10 times up to 1.3 apparently. So that is what I have those set to. So I was able to find something that ended up feeling pretty good, and I was able to have some success in this game, you know, with my shot. It does feel weird, the sensitivity feels off, but you know, I'm able to get kills and everything. You know, I was able to make it feel okay, but overall I do think the system could be improved. So I think it's important to remember, while a lot of us have a lot of criticisms that I think are legitimate, including myself, I have some stuff I want to talk about here in a second. I think it's important to recognize that we are in a very early state of the game. We are we're looking at an earlier build that we're playing on, and it's just a preview flight. So a couple things: we have very limited sample size. We only have a couple maps to play on, a couple game types, not a whole lot to do at the moment. But I think a big takeaway is that the core foundation of the game, I think, is good. And when we have more things to go along with it, whether it be more settings, custom games, Forge, all of that, I'm personally obviously most excited for the competitive settings, so we'll have to see how that works out. But if we can end up, you know, getting those tweaked to where they feel pretty good, then I think we'll you know, end up having a really fun game in our hands. And I think that the core of the game is good, and that's one thing I really want to make sure I state well. The game to me feels fun to pick up and play. It feels fun. It's really addicting to sit here and shoot bots. Very satisfying to hit shots. It's awkward to shoot the snipe. It's hard to shoot the snipe, but when you hit your shots with the snipe, like, that feels really nice to like connect on that headshot, you know. Like right there, you know, obviously like really tight hitbox, didn't hit it. I did hit that one, so I have that addictive, like, this game does that for me, where it's like, yo, I just want to keep hitting those headshots with the snipe, because it is really satisfying to do it. It feels really good. So that part of the game, which I think is a tricky thing to nail in video games, is that satisfying feeling when you hit your shots. That sort of like satisfying the guns feel good. They did a really nice job with that. But on some criticisms, some of the weapons I don't like as much. So let's drop in a sidekick here and a commando. So two weapons that saw a lot of criticism for people were the commando and the sidekick. Both of these weapons deal with bloom, which is, you'll see my reticle expand here after I start shooting. For those of you guys who don't know what bloom is, you can see not only does my reticle get bigger the faster I shoot, but also my gun becomes more inaccurate. It does not actually shoot centered to the reticle. You can see me put some bullets on the wall here. There's a bullet spread. That's really tight because I'm not that far away. But there you go. You can start to see a more significant bullet spread, and that actually makes a big difference. This also happens with the commando. Not only if you hold down the trigger, but also if you just rapid fire it. You have a tighter bullet spread here, but it will in fact also get you, if you consistently just tap fire it, your bullet spread will end up being just as bad. You can also see the recoil that gun produces. I'm obviously not aiming vertically there. So, you know, there's a lot of this type of stuff happening where it's like, I have the one shot and then I have to hope that my bullets, I'm honestly trying to miss because I'm trying to like not land these while I'm talking about it, because, you know, need a good example of it. But like, of course he gets beamed. Can Bloom just like do the thing that Bloom does real quick for me? Everybody knows how frustrating Bloom is. Like, you know, I can be shooting at his head and it won't actually hit his head because my gun's blooming, right? But then of course, if I take the time to actually relax and shoot him in the head, then it will kill him. So you can quickly see the difference. Let's go get this guy as well. You know, rapid firing from a range like this sometimes can produce the quick fire or the quick kill results, and sometimes it can't because of the random aspect of the bullet spread. But then of course, your first bullet will be perfectly accurate to the center of your circle. So if I'm sitting here and tapping, then the effective range is going to be very nice, and I can even pick his head from here and like have no problem. So, you know, that's the trade-off. That's the idea, is that you can shoot slower for higher accuracy, faster, for lower accuracy, which is a great idea, but when it's random instead of like a set recoil, it ends up producing the possibility, and it happens decently enough, where somebody from this range can be shooting full speed and literally get a 7-shot kill. And part of that, you know, part of that's random because I can't determine how the bullets are going to spread. So you can see, like, I could have been killing him faster there depending on how the bullets ended up spreading. So yes, there's always the like argument that, well, just pace your shots a little bit and then you'll have the kill, which is true, except some people will not pace their shots and they'll still get the kill. So right there, you can see how quickly he died. That's how long it took for me to get a perfect kill. I've been shooting pretty consistently about the same accuracy right there at all of these guys. Let's try it again. It's the only takes for me to get another perfect kill at like full firing speed, because it's a good example of inconsistencies that I just don't think need to be in the game, and I know a lot of people also agree with that. It's something that Halo could just, you know, Halo's never really been about like, well, he got lucky. You know, it's trying to always kind of be like, well, you know, there's always an opportunity to consistently execute kills, and I think it's one of the reasons that a lot of us were attracted to Halo. It's one of the reasons I was personally. Big sports, you know, sports guy growing up, played a lot of soccer very competitively, and, you know, I liked the concept of Halo having that you could consistently execute nice plays. It kept it like a real kind of game to me. So that the Commando's also a 7-shot kill. That was me tapping it down. Let's try shooting full speed at somebody, just not letting go of the trigger. All right, I'm gonna keep doing that. So he'll die in the first bullet. I'll just try to take him out, not letting go of the trigger here. There's a great example of Bloom. You can see me just tracking him with my reticle, but it's not quite getting the job done just because the bullets are no longer going there. But in that instance right there, that was me also holding down the trigger. It also just melted him. So there you go, stark difference. Sometimes that's me full holding the trigger here. Sometimes it's gonna take him out with no issue, and then sometimes it's gonna have a lot of problems. And that inconsistency is really frustrating, because you can be trying to make the right play and your gun sometimes can fail you, and like, you know, who wants that? So I would definitely recommend, I think removing this would be a nice thing. I also think the assault rifle is a little bit overpowered. Maybe it's not actually just, I don't know, when all we're spawning in PvP is with assault rifles and sidekicks, then you quickly start to see that the assault rifle becomes the main like weapon in that situation, which I think, you know, is obviously part of the intention. And let's grab an AR here. Let's try this out. You know, you can start to see the effective range of this, which is like, you know, it's okay that the assault rifle is good. I don't want to sound like one of the people that's like, oh, you want to make the AR useless. It's like, that's not true, but you do need to have the AR not be so good. You know, that seems like an okay time to kill what I just did there, but like at this range still, like what people are figuring out during this flight, you can just gun people. The assault rifle is super strong. And yeah, I mean, it basically executes like a battle rifle at that point, and that becomes a questionable decision, because when you're starting to actually, you know, get gunned by an assault rifle at range, we have a little bit of issues. It shouldn't be that effective of a weapon. It makes it less incentivized to actually use the rifles on the map. But yeah, overall, I really enjoy this game. I find it to be a lot of fun. It feels really good. You know, I've been doing a lot of this stuff where I'm just running around, grappling. I can always drop down here and pretend to be Peter Parker, and I just have the best time. This is a beautiful map. I think aesthetically they nailed it. There's a lot to explore. There's a lot to do. You can, you know, move your way up here. If I could stop choking my movement here. Yeah, you can move your way up here. You get a 10-second timer, which is really cool. I also already hopped up onto one of these maybe in this. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and do it, because I'll show you I can. Pretty sure I did, but here we are. I've spent a lot of time doing this. It's kind of hard to remember what I've been up to. Pretty sure I'm dead. Wait. Mr. Parker has returned. Mr. Parker has returned. So yeah, you can get up there, but I don't have any time to hang out now because I've totally botched it. So you could also theoretically just swing around the side of the map, and I think this is amazing. I think this is an incredible feature of the game. Just the fact that this is a thing. You know, I ended up botching it there, but I'll show you guys again. It's totally possible. And yeah, man, I just think that's incredible. I think like this type of stuff, you know, if you were in a real game and for whatever reason, if you actually needed to bail out of a situation like that badly, you know, you can have up to 5 grapples on your Spartan at a time. I currently have it set to unlimited just because I'm in training mode, obviously. But if I were in a matchmaking game, This could easily be 5 grapple play. Let's see, what could I do? I'm one shot, I'm running, that's 1, 2. Whoever's shooting at me is just getting dusted. That's 3. Okay, let's see here. 4. I have 1 more. I could have not, I could have even used it way more effectively than that, but like, look at that. I went from there, like, you could do that in a real matchmaking game. You could be in a situation like, oh my gosh, I'm getting shot, I'm one shot, I need a bounce. Later, friends. And then you could literally just Peter Parker your way all the way around. And I'm still learning the, mechanics of the grapple, but like, look at that. That's just 2 grapple play. You're out of here. Your shields are recharging while you're in the air the whole time. I mean, we'll all only be getting better with the grapple and stuff the more we use it. We have, obviously very limited time on this game at the moment, but the more we do it, the more we'll get to enjoy it. And just like that, there's another finite control thing. You could see that I just kind of like smoothly landed. You can actually cancel your grapple, so I don't know, man. I'm really enjoying this game. I think once we see newer game modes like Big Team Battle and stuff like that, we'll start to have a lot more fun with this game. We'll get to see a lot of more things. I'm really excited to play the competitive settings and see how that's going to be tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just very, very, very excited for the future of Halo. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys watching the video. See you guys in the next one. You're still in the video, aren't you? You couldn't risk looking away because you wanted to see if I was gonna mess this up. You wanted to see if I was gonna mess it up. But I'm not. That's the thing. Subscribe to my channel.